Simon Racioppa is full of shit. I'm Medium Beetle, and for those of you who don't know, Simon Racioppa is a co-showrunner and executive producer of Invincible. He seems to be under the impression that Mark went too far by killing Angstrom, and that his actions are even comparable to the atrocities committed by his father, Omni-Man.
Omni-Man! You bastard!
In Season 2, Episode 8's Inside the Episode, he says, Mark is through the season afraid that he's going to become his father. Angstrom shows him that that has happened in a lot of dimensions. But in this fight, the threat of hurting his mom, hurting Oliver, hurting anyone he loves, takes over, and Mark goes too far. Mark kills Angstrom, realizing that in a way, Angstrom won. In a way, he's become his father. There are so many things wrong with this statement. The first thing Simon gets wrong here is that Angstrom actually showed Mark that he becomes evil in other dimensions.
Mark is, through the season, afraid that he's going to become his father. Angstrom shows him that that has happened in a lot of other dimensions.
This is simply untrue. Mark does not possess the same information that we, the audience, are shown. While we are given insight into the memories of Angstrom, Mark is not once shown interacting or observing a dimension where he aligns with his father. Nor does it seem like he has any idea what Angstrom's true motive is. In one of the dimensions Mark is sent to, right before he decides to kill Angstrom, he's talking to some people around a campfire. He says, "He opens another portal as soon as I come out with no gap in between them, so it's just a tunnel to somewhere else. In some dimensions, time is all weird too, so I don't even know how long it's been. I have no idea what he's done to my mom or my brother." He mentions nothing about his evil selves, only concern for his family who are being held hostage in his own dimension. Not only that, but Angstrom even tells us why he's been sending Mark into other dimensions. Angstrom says, "Why do you think I sent you across the multiverse, huh? Why do you think I was softening you up? I don't want you to die in some random dimension. I want to do it myself." At no point does he actually show Mark that he becomes evil in other dimensions, nor does he ever claim that he intended on doing so. We only see evil Mark through the memories of Angstrom himself when he's having a meltdown after Mark reminds him that he saved Mark from the Maulers. Evil Mark clearly exists in many other dimensions, I'm not denying that, yet these memories are never actually shown to Debbie nor Mark. How do you get something as simple as the omniscience of your own characters wrong?
The might of omnipotence! Tremble before my unlimited power! No.
How are you a showrunner when you don't even understand the perspective of your own characters? Angstrom literally provides zero evidence to Mark or Debbie that they are evil in other dimensions. All he does is yell, threaten, and commit acts of violence against women and children. That brings me to my next issue with this statement.
And Mark goes too far. Mark kills Angstrom.
Mark goes too far. Mark does not go too far. Mark tries to reason with the guy, and after many attempts between threats and being teleported to other dimensions, Mark drew a line after witnessing firsthand the violence that Angstrom was willing to commit against his mother and brother, and then hearing him say, "This doesn't end until you and your family are dead." Angstrom is a maniac with super strength and the ability to teleport between dimensions. He could easily leave Mark stranded and kill Debbie and Oliver, and Mark would be able to do absolutely nothing about it. What choice does that leave Mark? This was a good kill.
Congratulations!
We see Angstrom throw a baby, threaten to drop a woman and baby from 8 stories above ground level, throw a knife at a woman and baby, break Debbie's arm, and after he breaks her arm, he says, "I'm going to make your son hurt. I'm going to make you hurt. I am going to make this child hurt." I repeat, this was an unquestionably justifiable kill. Yet Mr. Racioppa doesn't see it that way.
Realizing that in a way Angstrom won, in a way he's become his father.
With this statement, Simon is implying that the act of killing in and of itself makes Mark's actions akin to that of his father's. How are you possibly trying to compare Mark's act of desperation to the atrocities committed by Omni-Man in any way, shape, or form?
You don't know me. I will burn this planet. it down.
We're talking about a man who massacred the occupants of an entire train using his son so that he could teach him a lesson about how fragile and insignificant human lives are. And you were going to compare that to Mark defending his mom and brother from a deranged superhuman who is committed to murdering him and his family. Just because Mark beats on Angstrom in the same fashion that Omni-Man beat on him, it doesn't mean that their actions are the same. By implying that they are, you are willfully ignoring the context that led up to those actions. Here's what Mark says as he kills Angstrom.
I'll never let anyone ever hurt my family!
And here's what Omni-Man says as he mercilessly beats on Mark.
You want to die for this planet? Fine. What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
Did you notice a difference? Mark is nowhere near the level of sociopathy of Omni-Man.
How could you do this?
That was your fault. Your stubbornness against the inevitable killed those people. And what were they doing with those fragile little lives anyway?
Angstrom did not win. Mark is not evil now because he killed him. If Angstrom had offered any alternative, then maybe I could see how Mark's actions are morally gray. But he doesn't. He threatens and hurts, tortures, and threatens again. So if you truly believe that Mark goes too far, my question is this. What actions could Mark have taken to save himself and his family that would have been just far enough?